we have a chase. This black vehicle that you see right in the center of your screen has been driving at very high rates of speed. Here's the information that we are just getting wind and getting word of. Arlington Avenue, Slauson in the Crenshaw area. There are 2 occupants. We are getting word also that there was the passenger in that vehicle was throwing something out of the vehicle, that there may be a weapon, they may be armed, but we know very little at this point. But we just caught this guy, Fox, live overhead, and you can see this car and that black vehicle and multiple units here giving chase in this moment. Christine.
Yeah, hard to follow which street this guy's on. He's been making so many quick turns.
Look how fast, yeah.
Driving very dangerously during some narrow streets here. Luckily, you know, it is a holiday. Not a lot of traffic there on the streets, but probably a lot of people at home, pedestrians there, out there in the community. So that's what's very scary about this one. Our own Kevin Takumi telling us this is an LAPD pursuit of a man with a gun and the gang unit involved here. So look at the way they're driving. They're on their tail, but a scary pursuit as we watch this one on New Year's Day. A very SoCal thing to have a pursuit, and here we are on New Year's Day.
Pretty frightening stuff, especially as we were watching that car speed down. That was a very narrow residential area, and yes, it's cool outside, but there could very easily be a child maybe running in the street of some kind for a ball, or somebody on a bike. Unfortunately, there was no accident or injury there, but as this car is just driving through this residential area, camera pulls back for just a moment. You have to think, boy, that's scary. I mean, an unsuspecting kid or just somebody out for a walk, maybe walking a pet this time of day. Coming up on it's dinner time here on this New Year's Day, this Tuesday. We don't know a whole lot yet about why police started the initial chase here, but this black vehicle, we can tell you at least. We're hearing 2 people inside, the driver and a passenger, and again, out of the vehicle. Don't know what that was. Was it evidence? Was it something else? Was it a weapon? We're hearing there could be, as Christine was saying, possibly a gun or some type of they may be armed. But we're watching here in the Crenshaw area this live chase happen right now.
It's so interesting to look at LA streets and see them so very open and not clogged with traffic as we're coming up at 5 p.m. on a Tuesday. But again, this is New Year's Day, so everybody pretty much has the day off. Obviously not us, not the LAPD. But look at the way this guy's driving. Wrong side of the street there, crossing those yellow lines, going through that intersection, making those turns at rapid speed. The helicopter overhead can follow the car very closely. You know, there's no chance of getting away from the helicopter. LAPD cars there, hot on the trail also. But a scary pursuit as we watch this driver just ignore all street signs, street lights, all street rules. It's very dangerous for other cars that are out on the street. Sometimes the LAPD will pull back or pull off when they have a pursuit that's this dangerous, but they are staying with this one so far.
Yes, they are. We're getting word this is now Leimert Park, and as we've been watching this driver sort of going around through these residential areas, neighborhoods, staying off the freeways at 5 o'clock, even on a holiday. It was pretty much holiday-like traffic, but this driver, which can get congested this time of day, but instead, not sure if this driver is either from this area, has a familiarity with this area, but the way they're taking these turns, they're either just trying to evade or it's possible. It's possible. I mean, we've covered enough of these chases to know many times the driver, they will try to head to an area that they're familiar with and that they know. But look how quickly, even over the speed humps and right down.
Slowed there for just a moment by another vehicle, not stopped though.
Yeah, just slowed down enough. Again, look over those speed humps, just slowing down enough to not catch air, but not stopping for it at the intersections. Stop signs, traffic lights, what we have seen have been largely ignored. The driver just making sure the coast is clear just enough, but look, just passing within inches on either side. Again, this is a live look from Sky Fox. This is Leimert Park. 2 suspects in this black vehicle that you're seeing here being tailed by police, armed, wanted, by the way, armed suspects here. And look at the black and whites giving chase behind.
You know, it's a chilly afternoon as we head up on here at 5 o'clock in the evening. You know, with the day off, there could be children there playing in yards or out on the streets, pedestrians walking. But maybe it's just too cold to be out for a lot of people because you don't see many people there on the sidewalks because of the holiday. So in one way, it makes it a little bit safer there on the streets for the LAPD without there being creating so much traffic. But then again, you worry about this high rate of speed here and the way this driver is driving. And also, as that car came upon two other cars from time to time there, you know, there's a concern that they could bail, they could endanger another member of the public who's in their car. We heard that there was a man with a gun, so if they are armed, then that concerns you about what they could do to other people. So the safety is a big issue. Oh, okay. That was the fear right there, that you would have some kind of accident here on the streets. We can only pray the driver is okay of the other car there, and police will see how they respond. LAPD is right there.
Okay,
here they go. They're bailing.
We saw one get out of the passenger side.
Driver there on the ground.
The driver's on the ground. It looks like the back passenger side, the passenger rear door also open. So maybe there were three. Maybe there was more.
Right.
Officers are moving in this moment. We hope that, we hope the driver of that white vehicle
suspect down there.
Right. There's one person laying down, face down.
Two down.
Two down.
On the ground.
Yep, face down on the ground. And this is 54th and Exposition. 54th and Exposition. And we haven't seen any movement from that white vehicle that was not broadsided or T-boned, but that was
Dan,
a pretty.
You mentioned that extra door there. Okay, there's someone coming out right now from that passenger side and the back seat. So there were actually at least three occupants there in the car. You have the driver to the left there down, the passenger to the right in the front, and then you have this person in the back seat who is listening to the commands of the LAPD. The driver's door there of the person who was hit is now open. You can only wonder if that person is okay. Obviously, LAPD can't move in right there to check on them yet until they get these three into custody. So we're watching this one, praying that that driver is not too badly hurt as they get these three in custody. Okay, it looks like one is listening to commands. They'll get him in cuffs, and then they'll go for the other two. Yeah,
this one that's on his feet at this point, as we watch these chases, usually they will walk them away to a safe spot. That person will be asked to get on their knees and lay flat with their back. There it is. That's what we're seeing right now. Face down on the road there, and then you see the arms and legs out. So the police officers will clear the vehicle. They will move in and put those three in cuffs. And then I believe, as you were saying, Christine, when the scene is secure, unfortunately, they're going to have to, we'd like to see, trying to see if there's any movement from the white, that vehicle, that driver. The door is open, but I haven't seen anyone make their way out yet, and we hope they aren't badly injured.
Perhaps they're able to communicate with police if they're able to let them know that they're okay. I'm sure police are telling everybody in those three cars back there, don't move. Stay put. Remember, there was a report of a man with a gun, so we don't know the status of these other suspects, two still not in custody. They'll, of course, want to clear the car as well. Safety first. That's why LAPD cannot move in to check on that motorist who was hit in that white car.
And it looks like this was a three-car collision where the black suspect vehicle collided with the white car that was going through the intersection, and as it spun out, you can see right at the top of your screen, it looks like there was another vehicle that vehicle then hit and collided with as well. So it's possible that there are multiple injuries. There you go. Of the white vehicle, then the other car that was hit, maybe it stopped abruptly. We didn't really see that in frame and focus, and so it's possible that there are multiple injuries here. But as we see as the camera pulls over, there's the one, two, and it appears they do have one of the suspects right now in custody, and they have not got the other two. So one custody at this moment.
And Dennis, we're looking at the two vehicles that had the most severe impact, the white car, obviously, and then the suspect's car. You see what looks like to be possibly airbags deployed. You see white in both of them. All right, now we have the driver being taken into custody, being surrounded there by police. That would be of big concern. The person was driving so dangerously. They're apparently asking that passenger there just to stay on the ground and not move while they deal with this driver. Second team moving in there to handle the passenger. For the driver of the white car, the innocent person who was hit, as they are moving closer there to apprehend this second suspect.
And coming up right now, just to tell everyone, you're watching the Fox 11 5 o'clock news. We just got this chase. I'll bring you up to speed quickly within the last few minutes. It was a short chase, but it was a wild chase. That black vehicle that you see to the top left of your screen, three suspects inside evading officers collided with the white vehicle that it looks like they are trying to give some assistance and aid to the driver, caught completely off guard, unsuspecting, spun out and hit the other, it looks like a grayish or a dark colored vehicle, those two that the front ends are sort of touching there. So we're just hoping that those people who are completely unsuspecting were not too badly injured. One, two, it looks like the other suspects now, they are all laying down and they have given themselves up. One in custody, it looks like a second, and I just can't tell yet from the camera. Maybe in custody at this point.
It's interesting to see how police are now going to handle this situation as they go to check on the different people, the innocent people that were hit. Okay, the person there that's being walked in the white pants there, that's the person who was the passenger, correct? Being taken to another LAPD car, obviously separating the two so they can't have conversation of any sort to get them into custody and out of there. You don't see an ambulance called or arriving at this point in time, so hopefully that person has not been injured too badly.
Fingers crossed for that. Again, so this is 54th and Exposition in Leimert Park, and it looks like this chase has come to an end. Again, we are going to follow we'll follow and update you in this later in this newscast, possibly. Hopefully, we're just hopeful that the other suspects, and the other vehicles that were unsuspecting, we hope they're all right. But it's really hard to tell at this point, other than, you're right, Christine, we haven't seen an ambulance and we haven't seen those emergency.
They're walking to the curb there. It looks to me like they're helping somebody sit down there, so perhaps they were able to have that driver leave the vehicle on their own and to sit down and perhaps, get some rest or whatever treatment is needed. But it looks like that person is able to walk, and they look like they're okay that way.
That was a pretty serious collision there. All right, so we're going to leave our coverage of this chase in Leimert Park